Oh, hello again. I was just looking for the story where Thomas first pulls the breakdown train. I'm pretty sure that's also where Thomas first gets his own branch line. Do you know this story? Thomas and the breakdown train. Every day, the Fat Controller came to the station to catch his train, and he always said hello to Thomas. There were lots of trucks in the yard, and Thomas worked hard to push and pull them to their right places. But on a siding by themselves were some trucks that Thomas was told he mustn't touch, and two strange things that his driver called cranes. That's the breakdown train, he said. The cranes are for lifting heavy things like engines and coaches and trucks when there's an accident. One day, Thomas was in the yard when he heard an engine whistling, "Help! Help!" And a goods train came rushing through, much too fast. It was a new engine called James, and he was frightened. His brake blocks were on fire, and sparks streamed out on each side. On, laughed the trucks, and poor James disappeared under a bridge. Oh my, that sounds dangerous. A bell rang in the signal box, and a man came running. "James is off the line! The breakdown train, quickly!" So Thomas was coupled on. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he puffed. "Bother those trucks and their tricks. I hope poor James isn't hurt." They found poor James and the trucks at a bend in the line. The brake van and the last few trucks were on the rails, but the front ones were in a heap. James was in a field with a cow looking at him. "Never mind, James," said his driver. "It wasn't your fault. It was those wooden brakes they gave you. We always said they were no good." Wooden brakes. Dear, oh dear. Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside. Then he pulled the unhurt trucks out of the way. "Oh dear, they groaned. "Serves you right," puffed Thomas crossly. Then, with the two cranes, they put James back on the rails. James tried to move, but he couldn't. So Thomas helped him back to the shed. The Fat Controller was very pleased with Thomas. "You are a really useful engine," he said kindly. "James shall have some proper brakes and a new coat of paint. And you, Thomas, shall have a branch line all to yourself." What did I tell you? That's when Thomas first got his branch line. Now Thomas is as happy as can be. He has a branch line all to himself and puffs proudly backwards and forwards with two coaches all day. And we know who those coaches are, don't we? Annie and Clarabelle. Oh. And they're waiting outside. It's time I took Thomas along his branch line again now. Goodbye.